Hello,
Hello, hello.
hello. Hi, everyone. This is Dave and Roxanne.
Welcome to another late episode of
It's
It's
a
a New
new
Day,
day. It's
It's
the
a New
new
You. We're
you.
coming to you 3 minutes in our time, and it was 2 minutes before midnight.
It
Uh,
is 11:58 p.m. Mountain Time here in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. As we have committed, it is day 46 of 90 Go Live Challenge that we're doing
we're
because that's our commitment.
we're showing up every day. If this is the first time you're tuning in to our New Day, New You, we do this episodes once, twice. These days, a lot. And the goal of this episode is to encourage you, to inspire you that if you had a tough day yesterday, is always a new day to become a new you, to become all that God created you to be.
Yeah, so let us know where you're tuning in from. We always love to know how global we are in this community. So comment below there.
And yeah,
Yes,
and the cool thing about this is that because we're a global community, for us it might be midnight, for you it might be morning, right?
yes.
For some people it's afternoon. So if you're watching this live, let us know if it's morning, evening, noontime in your time. For us, it's coming to midnight.
Yes.
Anyways, every time we do this, we always phrase it in a question or a statement.
Yes, the question to this week or today is, or statement, these are three key reasons we kept failing until we learned this.
Yeah, if you've followed our journey and this is the first time you listening to us, we've been in this journey of entrepreneurship. Seems like a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I started my entrepreneur journey in 2024, somewhere like that.
2004.
Sorry, 2004, not 24. 2004, over 15 years ago.
20 years for you now.
20 years for me now, yeah, for you.
For me
She's
is
very, Roxanne is very good with that.
no, it's 2004, now
Mhm,
2024.
mhm.
Mine is 2007, so over 15 years.
And
Yes.
then along that journey, we failed in a lot of businesses. We tried a lot of things, and
Mm-hmm.
some broke our heart. Some we were fired up, excited, broke our heart again. 24 businesses later, finally learned our lesson. and just the recent, last 6 years. Um,
This is the longest
mm,
business we've ever been.
yeah,
Yeah.
and the most results we've
Oh, yeah.
experienced,
The
and
most amazing in terms of financial blessings and I think joy and purpose. Yes, I think because we matured too.
yeah, and in all those years and failures, uh, we can tell you it was worth it to
Mm-hmm.
go through it. We went to the school of hard knocks, right?
Yes.
Um, so we want to share that with you so that, if you're new in this journey, we would love for you to
Learn
learn
from
from our
it.
mistakes, right?
Yeah, shortcut your process.
Shortcut your process,
Your
learn from
journey.
our mistakes, because the best way to learn is to learn from others
Yes.
mistakes so that it won't cost you. So all right, there are the
Ate Dina, Dave's sister, you still awake? Yes,
yes,
we're
we
fired
love
up.
what we do. I love this one saying is, when your vocation becomes your vacation, when your vocation
Becomes your way.
vacation, you never have to work a single day of your life. So we don't feel like we're working, we're just uh
Enjoying. Hi, Marley. Good evening there in Calgary, Alberta. Here is 7 a.m. Oh, wow. On my way to work, guys. Which country is that? Is that Australia? No.
not sure.
Or what country is that, Marley? Have a great work and day, Escador. Beautiful couple. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, so these are three key lessons that we just kind of thought about it. It's important lessons. The titles um, are this. So the first one is this.
So the reasons why we kept failing is we were working for money.
So when we got into business, right, we automatically started to, we wanted to work to earn right away, right? And this is kind of the mistake of a new entrepreneur, because you see, especially if you're in an environment where other people are making money, and you can't really compare your journeys to them, and and then you look at the person that is doing really well,
Mhm.
and you don't understand what season they are in their journey, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna make the hundreds of thousands of millions of dollars, right?
Yeah, I remember. I think our first, well, not first business, but I think it's our second business or first few business with Dave and myself here is the real estate business. So I get excited. That was in 2008, 2009. I get so excited just reading a book about no money down payment and
No money down
no
real
money
estate.
down real estate. And after I read a book, I'm so excited. I told at the time he was my boyfriend. I told him, let's go to this event. There's a 3 days seminar. Let's go there. And like I told him, if you're not coming, it's okay. I'm leaving. Right, I'm going there. So good thing he came with me, and yeah, we got so fired up. We learned a lot, and even before that, we actually earned. We made money. Did we make money at the time?
Well,
Yeah, we
not
made
enough.
not enough, but then we made a little bit of money after that, right? I think we earned about 50 from that deal, the close deal, 50K, right? But then after that, it's getting harder and harder. We always thought that these people are making, significant income, we will be there, right? So we were working for money, and after, I think we're only there for like a couple of months, 6 months, 8 months, and then we stopped because like for us, like it's getting harder. We didn't make much money, we actually lost, right?
Yeah, and the reason why we said work for money, and it's kind of ironic, right? Because of course you go to a business, you want to earn money, but in reality, especially if you're new to the business,
Hmm.
again, if you're watching this, learn from us. You cannot earn the money right away if you don't have the skills. Instead of working for money, work for the skills, right?
Hmm.
Work for the skills. Focus on staying to learn the skills,
Yeah.
right? That's why we really suggest for if you're a brand new entrepreneur, right, to not depend your income on this business,
Yeah.
because if you're new to it, there's some skills you need to learn, right? And so for us, for example, in that real estate, we might have lucked out on the first
First deal.
deal, but there's still a lot of things we didn't learn.
Yeah, like looking back now, we if we can turn back, we would, keep our jobs, because at the time that was our full-time jobs. We quit our 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 corporate jobs at the time and said, this is it. Real estate will actually make us millions of dollars, right? So, we didn't think to work for skills, right? If we knew, we could have, okay, we're learning every day, we're learning how to become a better investor, real estate investor. But instead we wanted to work for money.
So give you like a just kind of a reality check for a lot of people that go
Mhm.
into a new industry, and we always talk about this, the
Mhm.
career mentality, right? It takes 4 years or minimum 2 years of schooling to learn a new skill, right? In fact, when you graduate, you still don't even earn a lot, right? You
Mhm.
get a junior engineer job because you may have understanding about the skills, but you need to apply those skills in the marketplace, proven that you actually are, that you can actually deliver the things you've learned in school, right?
Mhm.
That's why when you're a junior in any industry, you get paid minimum wage, right? The minimum in that industry. This is no different than in business. When you're new to business, you had no idea. You have no idea what you're getting into,
Mhm.
and most of us, we go into it. We have this get rich lottery mentality. So give yourself some time to learn the skills.
Yeah.
Stay in that new industry a year, 2 years, 3 years. If you really want to, that's why I always tell people, if you want to go into in an industry, especially business, find something that you find it, you like it, because
Mhm.
business is not easy, right? If it's just money, then you're gonna quit because
Oh yeah.
it's gonna get hard, right?
Yeah,
It's
so for that one, right? Let's like, at the time it was 2009, right? I think that's when we stopped the real estate. But the people that was with us, right? Like they're still here and they're making, so much money because
with
they,
us only one that I know that
yeah,
stayed.
that's true, that's true.
The
But
rest
they
didn't make it.
stayed, right? And they learned the skills.
The one
So
that stayed
yeah,
is
the one that stayed is killing it,
probably a
and
multimillionaire
yeah.
right now, anyways.
But in the online business, we've been here in the online business for 6 years now, and this is the longest we've been because we've realized that, hey, we work for skills. We learn the skills of becoming, an amazing online business owners, digital marketers, right? So for the people that are in our online community, instead of working for money, have that mentality to work for skills.
And skills is different than knowledge, because skills is like when you go to work, you apply it every day.
Yeah.
And this is another missing thing, is people like, oh yeah, I'm working for skills, but are you applying it every day? That's the
Mhm.
key. Applying means like if you're learning ads, you're actually investing in ads and doing it, in the trenches, looking at your, back office, and, optimizing, launching. That's the only way to learn. But
Mhm.
people say, oh no, I'm applying my skills. But how? By watching, going to webinars, and, listening to, the
Training.
masterminds. No, that's not applying. And that's not working for skills. Working for skills means you're applying it day in, day out,
Yeah.
so that you become good at it. And that's the only way, right? So that's the first mistake. Like we thought, like we're gonna become multimillionaire immediately by, in the first week or so. So,
Second one is our mistake is ABD.
ABD. We have this sickness called EBD. ABD is attention business disorder. So we quit the real estate business. In fact, we filed for bankruptcy because we didn't, couldn't even sustain our current situation. That's a different story. But after that, we kept going from one business to another. And here's the same pattern. When we started to struggle,
Mm-hmm.
we thought it was greener on the other side. There's something
Yeah.
easier all the time, right? But we realized, you know, um, 24 businesses later, right, that it's not greener on the other side. It's only greener
When you water it.
where you water it, where you work, where you till, where you take care of the place that you're in. That's the only. So here's a tip for you: if somebody is succeeding in the business you're in, there's no problem with the business. Yeah, it might be hard to accept this. It's the person in the mirror, right?
Mm-hmm.
That is the reason why you're not succeeding. If you're gonna move to another business, right, you're gonna hit the same wall and problem, because we did for 24 businesses. It's the same. If there's something you're not learning yet, there's a skill that you're missing, something about your, blind spots, right? Money blocks. Usually it's your psychology, it's your mindset, something
Mm-hmm.
that is stopping you to go to your next level, right? For us, what we learned is the character of stickability, delayed gratification, right? That's what's missing for us, right? Um, yeah, ABD, attention. You go in and you get something flash on the side, you get distracted so easily. Somebody invites you to something, they tell you it's
Mm-hmm.
easier, they tell you the world, right? And we're saying, okay, hey, I think so. It's gonna
Yeah,
be
this
easier.
one, they will say, yeah, we had this, attention business disorder where, when it gets harder, right? We like Dave will actually looks, while we're doing that same business, that business, he will actually look for something that he will actually tell me this is easier, there's you don't have to do this one, like this one is cheaper, this one is,
Mm,
much better compensation. He will actually compare, but we fail to realize that it's actually not the business, it's actually us.
yeah.
And the missing pieces at that time is really focus. If
Mm,
you put focus on one thing, it will actually grow. And that's what happened to us for the past 6 years. We're very focused on this online business, that even if someone will approach us, will tell us, hey, can you take a look at this opportunity? I know you're doing something, but can you watch this? Even that, even if it's a 15 minutes video, we always say, it might be good, but I'm not gonna look at it because I'm happy with what I'm doing. I'm focused on what I'm doing, right? So
yeah,
it's really the key is focus.
and we got good at respectfully
Mm-hmm.
saying no. Why? Because focus is a very important, asset you have, especially when
Mm-hmm.
in business, because a slight, lose of focus can take you to a completely different road, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because, and that's the key, right? You gotta focus. That's why, horses, they can run fast because they're covered. They can't get distracted left or right. It's just straight, right? That's what they do. So this is our second problem.
Yeah.
So
Hello, hello, Maria. Oh, from UK. Yes, awake now. Good morning there. Hello, Nelda, watching from Bahrain. Hi, that's my aunt, Tita Lavelle. Merly, congratulations, guys. Amazing journey. Thank you, thank you. Hi, Layla, you're also here in YT. Yes, and you're also in Facebook. Both of the,
Wow, Layla's
yeah,
all over the place.
we StreamYard it in 3 locations here so far. Thank you, Leilani. Dawn, watching from Arizona. I always watch your go lives.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
thank
thank
you.
you. Ate Dina, me too. Love this so much that I'm still awake to watching you.
All right, last one. Let's do this.
Okay, thank you, thank you.
All
All
right. So if
right.
you're watching this, I'm when it comes to number two. If you're like us, you easily get distracted because you think it's easier on the other side, or you just. I'm telling you, you know, get good at respectfully saying no. No is a sentence with a dot. No, no, right? So you gotta just stay focused until you learn what you need to learn to go to
Mhm,
your next level. So that's the second mistake. Third mistake is this, and it's no leads, right?
mhm,
No leads simply means that there's nothing wrong with your business and what you're doing. If your product is good, there's nothing wrong.
mhm.
We just lack the skill. We only had one way of, getting clients and business partners. We only had one way, which is like friends,
Friends and
family,
family.
right? It's just
Referrals.
referrals, right? So if you're in the online business and you're watching us, there's some of you, quite a bit of you, in our business community, right? You just don't know how blessed you are that you're in a community that teaches you how to generate leads, right? Outside of just the normal way of, friends
Mhm.
and family, because that's all we had for the longest time.
Before the online business. So for us, imagine when, so I met Dave in 2007 in our first business, which is a financial business. It's a direct selling. At the time, he's my manager. He was my manager, so he really managed me very well because we got married, right?
Now
Um,
she's my boss.
so so at the time, I was 19 years old, and all they tell us is, hey, list down 100 people, your friends, your families, your mom's friends, right, your
Mm.
parents' friends, your classmates. Write it down and text them, call them. Actually, at that time it's calling, right? Because that was 2007. There's no Facebook at the time, so you had to call. I got so scared. And then sometimes I learned at the time they also teaches you how to approach, strangers, how like imagine that. And I live in
Roxanne would Roxanne would go to the C train and
a train station.
train station and cold prospects and people and bring those people to the office, right?
Yeah.
That's how good she was. Right?
But that is very limited,
Really
right?
hard,
And
limited.
it was very hard. And why, like, that's why, that's the third reason why we kept failing, because we have no leads, we have limited network, we don't, we don't know a lot of people, right? So we kept failing on those businesses because we don't know the power of advertising at the time. We didn't know, that we need a lot of exposures, for people to, to buy in, right?
Listen to this, Alex Ramosi. If you don't know who he is, search him up. He teaches some really amazing content when it comes to online business, right? He's like the goat of business right now in social media. If you search Alex Ramosi, he says that 90% of business problem can be solved with more leads,
Mm-hmm.
right? With more leads. The reason why we were distracted, ABD, because we didn't have enough customers and leads. That's why we were losing hope. Most of you that are losing hope, looking at the other things, is because you don't have enough leads. If you have enough leads, which means that if you're watching us and you don't know what a lead is, it's your first time maybe seeing us. A lead is someone that is a potential customer, a potential business partner that's looking at your offer. That's what
Mm-hmm.
a lead is, right? They raised their hands and said, yes, I want to take a look. Maybe they're putting name and email, they're watching your webinar or watching something, right? Or if this is an offline world, you've made an appointment, they said, yes, well, I'll take a look at,
Mm-hmm.
what you have, right? That's what a lead is, right? 90, can you believe that? That's a lot. That's 90% of your business problem can be solved with more leads,
Yeah.
right? So if you're watching this, right, and you want to learn our mistake, imagine for 24 businesses, right? We did the same thing over and over and over in the way we generated leads.
Yeah.
We didn't learn
Just
anything,
different kind of business.
but the
Imagine
same.
we have real estate, right?
Mm.
We have buy and sell cars. We had like coffee business. We have like skincare business. We had what else? Supplements,
Mhm.
shakes, weight loss products, travel products, right? So all those previous businesses that we had to like talk to people, our
Yeah, but
friends and families, or cold prospecting. And that's the reason why we failed, because there were no constant leads or unlimited leads in the online business. Why a lot of people, including us, are thriving in the online business, succeeding and making a lot of money, because not because we're special, it's because of the system that allows um, normal everyday people. We teach you how to advertise, how to attract the right people to go to your offers, right? And that's the key to have unlimited leads.
think about it. Learn from our mistake,
Yeah.
right? If you're thinking, oh, this is not working, right, because the product is not good or this thing, I'm telling you, it's not about the product,
Hmm.
right? Yes, it is. Your product has to be good. Of course, you have to believe in the product, right? But I don't care what product you're in, right? We were in so many different kinds of products, right? If you don't have enough leads and prospect, you're going to be struggling in that business.
Hmm.
I don't care what it is. It could be a mortgage. You could be selling mortgages. You could selling be real estate. You could be selling coffee. We were selling coffee, skincare, whatever it is, right? If you tell me, oh, the product will sell itself. No way. There's no way the product will sell itself. Don't
No
tell me
matter
that.
how amazing your
Don't tell me
product
that
is.
thing because we've tried many times. The product will not sell itself. Some people has to see your product first, right? Be interested in it, right? Enough people, right?
Yeah.
Until they say, yes, I'll raise my hands, I will do it. If you don't have a sustainable way to have people looking at it like eyeballs, you are going to struggle. If you're watching this and you're, like, oh, maybe I'll do something else, right? Or maybe you're in the real estate business, whatever business you're in, right? If you don't learn this skill, you go from one business to another. We did 24
Mm.
and we only had one way of marketing. Why didn't we learn it? Duh, right? Why didn't we say, let's try something else? Let's try this, all this stuff. We just kept doing the same thing. We went to the same people over and over and over. Some people we
Yeah.
sold three types of products, four types of products, right? So,
We also, at the time, we also found out that Dave was actually researching about buying leads, right?
mhm.
So he tried to buy leads, or like to get some leads, but we didn't have enough the right expectation. So I know some people have said that, oh, I had leads but it's not converting, right? So the question is, how many leads do you have? Because you cannot just stop with one lead or a couple of leads or 100 leads, right? It there's a number that you need to hit in order to convert into
Yeah,
sales.
and that's another
So
thing. That's another deeper lesson. If you're watching this, we can't cover everything, right? Leads is one thing,
yeah.
but you have to know your numbers. How many leads from a cold prospect or from a social media prospect does it require? Does it take to turn into a customer, into a sale? And
Mhm.
people don't, because they're new. They don't have the right expectation, right? It's like it's like someone says, "Oh, let's make this very ridiculous. Like, I'm going to school for 1 year for nursing. How come I'm not getting paid yet? No, it doesn't work that way. You have to graduate first and then you can apply for a job, right? So, or for example, like this is what a typical example of people. Imagine if you work for a clothing store. You're in the clothing store, and you're helping people. Or you're helping this one person. Like you're it's like, oh, give me three more clothes, four more clothes. They're fitting the clothes, right? And then they leave after you help them for like an hour. Would you get mad? Like, oh my gosh, why didn't you buy anything, right? So no, because that they're not ready, right?
Mhm.
They're just not ready to buy. It's not for them, right? So when you become a business owner, right, you got to know your numbers. How many leads does it take?
Yeah.
So like people quit too soon because they don't know, right? We have one mentee that we're mentoring. He was generating leads.
Oh
I mean,
yes.
he's doing really well, right? And uh, uh, um, he generated about 66 leads
Yeah.
and no sale. And it's like, I don't know, should I give up? This is not working. No, we
Yeah,
said,
he said like, oh, should I stop this? I was like, no, you're doing amazing. You're the statistic is about 100 leads to get one sale, right? One to three sales,
yeah, 1 to 4, yeah,
1 to
1 to 3.
4 sales, right? So you're almost there. You're almost there. And good thing he didn't give up, because on his 67 or 68 leads, he gets sales after sales. And now he's killing it. He's making,
Yeah,
5 figures,
he's
right?
killing
Five to
it.
six figures.
Yeah, and he reached a certain milestone that he sold 300,000 in sales,
Mhm.
right? That's because you finally understood the number, and this is what we're talking about. Going to number one, you're working for skills.
Yeah.
One of the skills is knowing the numbers. That people quit too soon because they don't know the number in business,
Mhm.
in this particular business. So those are some of the things that
Oh wow, 25 minutes.
yeah, we can go on forever because this is a business. Is why I said.
Yeah.
Um,
Amazing, amazing.
and
Awesome,
last one,
awesome.
I don't know if we should add this, but
Oh yeah.
there's a bonus and one other thing, and this is one mentor told us, slapped us in
Yeah,
the
this
face.
is our one reason, a bonus key reason why we kept failing. And some of you may be able to relate on this one, is the lack of urgency.
Mhm.
One mentor of ours, she told us, hey guys, you are very talented. You guys are know how to speak and all that. You're a great leader, but the reason why you're not succeeding as much as you want, that was like maybe 10 years ago, 8 years ago, is because of the lack of urgency. You guys are young, you don't have a kid at the time, you're not urgent enough to make your butt on fire and say, hey, you gotta produce, right? You gotta, like, because here, especially in North America, or in your country where you live, most of us, as long as you have a job, you're very comfortable, right? As long as we pay the bills, we're good. Doing business or any other things towards your dreams, those are extras.
Yeah.
So especially in entrepreneurship, it's a lonely road. And the question is, how bad do you want your dreams? How bad do you want to make those dreams come true? And at the time, we were like was it
Dilly dally.
dilly dallying. We're not really in a hurry to become successful. And that's why now, for the past 6 years, there's we shared with you our never again moment that fired us up to don't to oh to, to be on fire and be intentional of becoming financially free.
Yeah, urgency is simply like saying, what if somebody
Yeah.
points a gun in your head and say, hey, in 30 days, you need to come up with $2,000, or else your son or daughter will die because you
Mhm.
need a $2,000 medicine. What would you do? Right? It creates urgency. You're like, in 30 days, I'll create $2,000. I don't
Mhm.
care what I'm going to do. I'm going to sell something, do this, whatever I need to do. Because if I don't come up with $2,000, right, my son or daughter will die because I won't have medicine.
Yeah.
So there has to be some sort of urgency in your business, right? In what you do, right?
Yeah.
Because if not, especially people that have good jobs, that's the problem. You don't have urgency
Yeah.
because you have a plan B, right? Most people I know that have done really well is because they, in their mindset, yes, they have a job, but they're making this their plan
Yeah.
A, and they're doing everything. Their only focus is this. They're almost obsessed in the
Mhm.
in making this work. Every breathing hour, that's all they do, right? They actually take action, immediate action. They do a lot of things to make it work. Anyways, it's 28 minutes. We only always end with a verse. Sorry, we're fired about this because it's about business, right?
All
Um,
right. From Hebrews 12, verse 11, it says, no discipline seems enjoyable at the time, but painful. Later on, however, it yields the peaceful fruit of righteousness to those who have been trained by it.
all the things that we talked about,
Mm-hmm.
one word can, the antidote for all of that is discipline.
Yeah.
But the problem is it's not enjoyable at a time. In a different version, it says it's not pleasant at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
But it's even painful. It's painful to focus on a business when you're not experiencing success. It's
Mm-hmm.
painful to continue to learn a skill when you keep launching and launching ads and it's not giving you results, right? But however, if you stay on it, right, if you keep discipline, if you keep disciplining disappointment, it
Yeah.
yields peaceful fruit of righteousness to those who have been trained by it. everything worthwhile requires effort, discipline, and if you do that, you're gonna experience success. So learn from your mistakes. So, whew, that was 30 minutes.
We love this topic because we're sharing with you what our mistakes, and hopefully you got value from it. Comment below, what are those three things that you can, or what is the one thing that you can relate from our mistakes, right? Is it the working for money, or the attention business disorder, or maybe no leads, right?
Don't have the skill yet, right?
Or the lack of urgency,
Comment 1, 2, 3, or B.
or bonus.
Bonus. All right. Thanks to me, everybody.
Awesome,
That's it.
guys.
That's another episode of It's a New Day.
It's
a
a
New
new
You.
you.
God
God
bless you.
bless you. Bye. Thank you.